we going to do in the next 60 days, guys? Why do we say about 60 days? The next 60 days will be crucial to our exposed revolution and destroying the Communist Party. So, what are our plans now? We have a 3352 plan. It is called 3 Taiwan, 3 Hong Kong, 5 America, 2 Europe plans. The first is that we have to work together with the West, the United States, the European Union, and the rest of the world, and cooperate with the official NGOs and the media. We absolutely have to stop this. Absolutely have to ensure that Taiwan's 2020 election, the elected president, is not appointed by the Communist Party. You can't shoot 3. There's only 2 left. Anyhow, you have to shoot 1. This is absolutely not allowed. This is the first plan to guarantee Taiwan, and the second plan to promise Taiwan. One of the plans that the Communist Party is pursuing is to turn Taiwan-owned enterprises into the party's electoral and legislative committees in Taiwan to effectively control the island politically. It must not happen. Third, let the Taiwan people hear and see the truth about the Chinese Communist Party's overseas affairs, and ensure absolute media freedom in Taiwan. These are the 3 things about Taiwan. What is the 3 Hong Kong? 3 things to ensure Hong Kong. I told all my friends that if we want to work together, then I will talk about this. The first one is that Hong Kong must have a dual universal suffrage, the real dual universal suffrage, not some kind of the China systems of the deputies to People's Congress. Hong Kong's chief executive is not elected by deputies to the Communist Parties of National People's Congress. The chief executive of Hong Kong shall be elected by 100% of the votes of the Hong Kong people. The Legislative Council of Hong Kong shall be elected by 100% of votes of the Hong Kong people. So, number 1, do universal suffrage in Hong Kong. Second, the people of Hong Kong must take to the street to protest. All the people beaten by the Hong Kong police in the past and the so-called black secret that everyone knows now. These police were sent from the Shenzhen and Guangdong. There are also police uniforms worn by the People's Liberation Army to arrest and beat people in Hong Kong. This must be investigated independently and clearly. Third, the next step is to establish a core issue between Hong Kong's financial sectors and the United States. All the bosses and the financial institutions in Hong Kong must assure the United States and Europe that they are not cooperating with the Chinese Communist Party, or they will be sanctioned. That is, the United States and Europe will set new standards for entrepreneurs and financial institutions in Hong Kong. Otherwise, it's a suicide act. Don't try to sell Hong Kong. These are the 3 things about Hong Kong. 5 things about America. First, push forward the complete suspension or cancellation of the free trade area status between the United States and Hong Kong. Second, the United States is about to introduce a legislation to punish and sanction the administration of Hong Kong and the police and the judicial personnel of individuals involved in the Hong Kong protest. Third, the United States, Europe, and other countries. We need to immediately establish the official partnership with the rule of law foundations to guarantee and protect the political status and economic status of all the entrepreneurs from Hong Kong and the pro-democracy activists, and those who are fighting for Hong Kong and Hong Kong people. Provide them political, immigration status, and financial securities and protection. Fourth, the United States is in the process of implementing the 7 comprehensive legislation. Next, there will be a new legislation for all Hong Kong tech companies, listed companies, and companies that wear Hong Kong's hats in collaboration with the Communist Party. And there will be toughest possible sanction. And once it happens, the United States will deal with it according to law, rather than simply say it is an executive order. Fifth, push the U.S. Congress to legislate, impose administrative sanctions, that is, the White House power, and conducting immediate and comprehensive investigations of Chinese communist enterprises and Hong Kong's entrepreneurs, and Hong Kong enterprises and financial institutions, in particular, the Securities Regulatory Commission, the Securities and Futures Commission. And these are the 5 things for America. 2. Europe. The European Parliament, we need to give them up as soon as possible. Let's call it European version of the Committees on Present Danger China. Drawing on past the concerns in European legislative councils about European unities and Brexit, let the European Legislative Council focus on one issue only. The threat to Europe comes from Chinese Communist Party. For Europe's economy to do well, the Communist Party must be destroyed. And anyone in Europe who colluded with communists would be punished. So the next 5 to 10 years of Europe is all about eliminating the Communist Party and cleaning up the remnants of the Communist Party. If the Communist Party is overthrown by the next year, you still have to clean up the remnants. The central task of the future is to transform the European Parliament. Everything is going to be anti-communist. You will see the speed of the European Legislative Council is much faster than the United States. The whole Parliament of Europe would transform the core, which is to destroy the Communist Party. That is our number 1. Second, the European Parliament is going to form and establish a series of laws and legislation to ensure that the next step in Europe, all good entrepreneurs, private enterprises assets in Hong Kong, Taiwan, Xinjiang, Tibet, and China are thoroughly governed by the legislation, attract the elites and wealth from China, Hong Kong, Xinjiang, Tibet, and Hong Kong to Europe, and use the legislation to attract them. France, Germany, England, Italy, Belgium. It can be said that the Troika, the 5 great powers, the future elective national leaders must be anti-communist.
英国、意大利、比利时，可以说3驾马车，5个强国，未来的选上的国家领导人都一定是反共灭共的。
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe The Voice of Go Media.